Many years ago, when I was very active on this channel, I once showed a guitar, Gibson Brandon Small Death Clock Thunder Horse. I took so much shit from people after I said how I did not watch the show nor even familiar with any of the tunes. Well, history is going to repeat today because I don't know one song from Periphery's catalog. Yet I am going to show you Misha's signature acts today. I will not stop there. I also have a Mark Holcomb's PRS here somewhere actually, which I will show you later in a different episode. So grab some coffee, sit down, and let's talk six strings. Roll the intro.
Hey guys, this is Gus G, and you're watching Guitar Gear Guy. Thank you for tuning in.
How are you today? This is yours truly, Triple G, coming at you once again. This channel is sponsored by my own damn wallet and brought to you by your engagement. So please hit the subscribe button if you are new here and throw a like if you dig what I'm doing here. And hit the bell notification so I can come see you more often. If you're watching me for the very first time, this is a channel where I talk all things guitar purely out of passion. What you will not see here is any sort of a shredding or any playing of any kind of a quality. I'm a hack job, therefore I am not qualified to review guitars, but I will come on here every now and then and talking my goddamn head off about each guitar I own because I'm just a guitar geek. I love talking guitars. That's it. In a perfect world, I would have liked to show you something other than a Jackson today, since my previous episode, which I'll link right here, was a Jackson. It just got lined up this way. The guitar I'm showing you today is my Jackson Pro Plus Misha Mansoor, by the way, is that how I pronounce it? Signature Juggernaut HT6, which is mouthful. HT obviously stands for hardtail, just like the Fury HT I showed you in my previous episode. Misha, from what I've seen, is a super chill dude, likable guy, and obviously with some excellent chops. That goes actually same for all his homies like the Mark and Jake. While I'm not a fan of that style of music necessarily, I sure do appreciate their excellence in their craft, which I just wish I had even 1% of their talent. The body is made out of poplar, and the guitar has a 25.5 inches scale length. The neck appears to be a single piece neck with ebony fingerboard on top, and standard old school 24 jumbo frets, 20-inch radius fit for a shredder. It is a bolt-on guitar. The neck is caramelized maple neck with graphite reinforcement featuring oiled back finish. Now, I don't know if Misha spec'd a different neck profile for this guitar or not, for this model, but it feels fast and, familiar to me. The fretboard is adorned with offset dot inlays and lumen lace side dots. Jackson stipulates rolled edges on this fretboard, which it does appear to me they are more rolled than like another model, like the King V6 I have from Jackson Pro Plus line, hanging back there, Corey from Trivium. If you ever need to adjust the truss rod, no faffing around at the top is needed because the wheel is mounted here at the heel of the neck, directly above the neck pickup. Speaking of the pickups are Jackson MM1 pickups, direct mounted. MM1, I assume, stands for Misha Mansoor. Now the 5-way blade switch is single volume, single tone, push-pull for your controls. The bridge is what seems to be an in-house string-through body hipshot style bridge. The tuning machines are Jackson branded sealed die-cast locking tuners, and more on that later, just like the last episode. And the nut is just black plastic, which obviously is a cost-cutting measure. A gig bag is included, which is better than nothing. However, it isn't much of a gig bag in terms of a protection because all it will protect the guitar from is dust, as it has no padding, just a thin nylon job is all it is. The guitar retails for $1049 as spec'd. Is that too much? Is that about right? Or is it a good value? I don't know. Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. And these are my opinions only and not fact. So you can come at me if I say something you don't want to hear. You tuned in to hear my opinions. So that's what I'm going to give you. The MM1 pickups on board do a fine job. They don't sound super focused or tight to my ears anyway. They feel loose and breathy, if that makes any sense. It seems to me the types of music Periphery plays, the pickups might need to be mega, uber, ultra, super tight, but do keep in mind his Jackson USA signature model comes with bare knuckle Juggernaut pickups, not the Jackson branded MM1s found on this guitar. So there could be some difference there. So take that for what it's worth. This model comes in red crystal finish, as you see here, as well as blue sparkle. The blue one has white pickups, which I would have loved myself, but I'm just not the biggest fan of blue guitars, so here I am with the red one. And then speaking of red, the paint job is absolutely spectacular. And why do I even mention that? Because it is so common to see a paint job that is either uneven, runny, blemished, etc., etc. And the dark, rich red finish is very well done. However, the highlight of this guitar, though, is the neck. It is what they call oiled finish with no paint on it. The neck is super fast and smooth. If you ask me, the non-painted neck is where it's at. Understated black ebony fretboard is dead as flat with its 20-inch radius along with the rolled edges. It is just so damn easy to play on this neck. I'm not the biggest fan of the body shape, but it is a, derivative of a super stress sort of thing, double cut. I personally prefer the, the old school Jackson headstock, by the way, although the severe break angle on the first and the second string of that headstock is not ideal, if you ask me. That said, this guitar has Jackson's new-ish 3x3 headstock, which is nice in terms of how all the strings are dead straight, going through the nut to the tuners. Being a little bit picky, I don't know if this is reverse or standard, but I would have preferred it being the other way around here at the top, where it would go like this instead at the top, at the tip. And then speaking of the tuners, the locking tuners are great for string change days. I don't care if branded or unbranded or in-house, locking tuners are almost a must if you ask me. By the way, I noticed that some people think locking tuners add the stability in tuning, but that's not what they are for. Locking nut will aid in stability when commonly found with a floating trem. Locking tuners have nothing to do with tuning stability. Anyhow, the actual tuning part of the equation, the tuners leave a bit of a room for improvement. Not sure if it's the gear ratio used or what, but I feel like $1,000 guitar should have tuners that can do slightly better in terms of tuning and staying in tune. At the time I bought this guitar, I wanted a hardtail Jackson with 24 frets that had a thin neck, so this thing fit that need perfectly. And I'm a sucker for a shiny red guitar. In 2026, the $1,000 price point is an interesting spot if you ask me. If someone's picking up guitar playing for the first time, I may advise to look at used sections like Facebook Marketplace for a great deal to be had. Now, for someone treating himself to a brand new $1,000 guitar, the choices are absolutely insane, paralyzing, as the market is flooded with everyone trying to get their share in this sweet spot. Experienced players may not be looking at $400 beginner models, right? While many feel the pain from shelling out something like $2,000 for a new axe that may be overpriced. And then I also noticed from like a NAMM, the 1000 series from LTD is now priced at $1399. And while I'm sure the quality is, abundant in that, 1000 series from ESP, based on their history, what they do with the LTD 1000s, but a lot of guitar buying public may scoff at the thought of unloading $1,400 on an import, no matter how well made. And so this Jackson Misha signature, it's an easy buy if you're a fan of Misha or Periphery, I assume. I always say, however, a guitar should stand on its own and be able to sell on its own merit when detached from an artist associated with it. It has to be well built, well playing, and well priced. This is a very well built guitar, checks that box. Craftsmanship is absolutely impeccable, as many Indonesian guitars are nowadays. It is well playing for sure. It checks that box as well. I don't know if it is well priced, however. Of course, Jackson has to compete against Ibanez, LTD, even Charvel, the brother in the line, and many other in this space. And they're pinched due to the tariff and everything else. I would have loved this guitar at about $800 guitars brand new. I don't put that much weight on where it's made, so long as it's well made and well playing. I can put the price tag aside personally, since the guitar is awesome. But for the 16-year-old Periphery fan who really wants a Misha guitar, that $1,050 is quite a bit to save up, right? All right, so hopefully I wasn't too chatty. I'll be back in a few weeks with another episode talking another guitar of mine. Until then, be good humans. I'm out.